This is gonna be a good episode. I feel it. What's going on YouTube? My name is ADCArtAttack, his name is Bob, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my cheap vs expensive YouTube series. Obviously. This is the series where I, ADCArtAttack, take two items in the same category, put them up against each other, and see which one is worth it at their price points. Now today's video is a very special one because we are moving away from the alcohol markers. The alcohol markers and, of course, the alcohol markers that we do in all of our videos. Clearly. And we're going to be trying out some water-based markers. Now, water-based markers are widely considered to be the cheaper alternative to using alcohol-based markers, but there is more to it than meets the eye, which we will discuss as we go throughout this video. So what are we going to be using today? These! Inside this pack of Ohuhu box thing... What? I'm going to start that one again. Yeah. Inside this pack is a collection of 100 water-based markers from Ohuhu, which I am not even sure. I haven't even looked inside this yet, so... Should we open this? Let's open it. Oh, bugger. Ah, you get a gift. Nice. Oh, look at that. It's pretty. Yes, inside this pack is 100 water-based markers by Ohuhu, coming in at a price tag of $40 for the entire collection, which is ludicrously cheap. I mean, that's like, what is that? 40 cents per marker. It's a pretty good deal. But what are they going up against today? This, by ADCArtAttack. I haven't unwrapped this yet. Again, I don't really... There's a hole. Yes, this is once again 100 water-based markers, but this time by ADCArtAttack. Now I should say that I am an affiliate of ADCArtAttack. I don't get paid for anything unless you buy something. If you buy something using my link, which I'll put down below in the description, like these, then I will get some money. So do that, because it's... I have a puppy and he needs food, so buy these. I'm just kidding. Wait until the end of the video, see what you think about these markers, and maybe they're crap. We'll see. So yes, now these markers come in at a price tag of $65 for 100 markers, which is still really cheap for so many markers. That's like 65 cents per marker. I'll be honest with you, I am really looking forward to using these markers today because I'm not a watercolor-based artist marker type person. I am used to using alcohol markers. This is gonna be fun. So with that being said, it's time to get started with using the water-based markers. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do enjoy the video, then please leave some kind of comment down below letting me know that you like the video and that you like my face. Do you like my shirt? That's about all I gotta say. Bye. Okay, so before we get started with doing a drawing today, I figured it would be a good idea to run a quick test with each of these markers to see what makes them tick. Sort of try to understand them because I've never used either of them before, so it'd just be a good idea to quickly give them a test run. Now right here, I have done my best to select 3 colors from each of the packs that are similar to each other. That being said, I am not a color picker, so I've done my best. However, I am super happy that the ADCArtAttack markers have the information written along the side of them telling you what color the markers are. Because, as you can see, it is super difficult to identify these colors, especially when they are standing like this inside the collections. In my opinion, this overall design is a very poor choice of design. It doesn't really help you to pick the colors you need, but when they're outside of the packs, it's pretty easy to identify what color this is. And I'm actually taking a look at the nib itself on the end. It looks like a soft nib, but I'm not too sure. I don't want to touch it. And they do have another nib on the other side. Yeah. I'll be honest, I have never seen a nib like that, so I have no idea what that is. Taking a look at the Ohuhu markers, these feel really, really good. They looked super cheap. They look like just cheap standard, but then again, so did the ADCArtAttack. There seems to be no indication of what color other than the obviously colored markers on the end, which is great. Okay, so this nib is a lot bigger than I expected, and it is much bigger than the ADCArtAttack ones. Oh my gosh, it is actually a fine liner. Okay, yes, it does say it's a fine liner, but I really did not expect that. So, yeah, that's like really awesome. So let's give them a quick test, starting off with the ADCArtAttack twin markers. Oh, tween marker. Oh, I should also mention the paper I'm using right here is a hot pressed watercolor paper. So this is paper specifically designed for watercolor. I'm making sure that there is no excuse for either of these. Okay, that's a lot harder than I Can we blend? Whoa. Wow. Now there is actually another way to be using these pens, and there is a reason watercolor markers exist. And I'm gonna show you right now. Get some water, get a brush, watch this. I gotta say, not too much of the pigment is moving. As you can see, it is leaving a very harsh dot. Ah, forgot to try this. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that nib is super fine. Back to these. This really does feel like a Copic marker. Yeah, you can blend. Is it green? That is not the same color, but I gotta say, a lot more of that ink is coming off than what was happening over there. Check out this. Oh, so this is just the same. These are both super fine liners. That's gonna do it for the test. It is time to jump straight into doing our piece today. I am super excited for it, and I hope you are too. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna tackle this one, whether we're gonna use the watercolor feature or if we're just gonna stick to using them as markers, but let's go. Hi. So just jumping in here, we are drawing Captain America. Now this drawing is a custom drawing that was created as part of my live stream on ADCArtAttack 2, which is my second channel where I do most of my live streams. If you do fancy seeing a live stream, consider subscribing to my second channel. There'll be a link down below or in the pinned comment of this video. But yes, this drawing that we're working on today is a symmetrical drawing, so it isn't supposed to be 100% accurate, and it really isn't. But what I'm trying to do today is create a drawing that is symmetrical on both sides so that when we get onto coloring, we have a drawing split down the middle that we, like that we can use for a, comparison stuff. Yeah. So starting things off with the Ohuhu markers, where do I even begin with these pens? There is just so much to cover, and I guess we'll start with the process of drawing using them. For example, when I use alcohol markers, I tend to work from light tones to dark tones, and I'll usually use a base layer. However, for these pens, I'm going to be going the other way, from the dark tones to the light tones. It allows a little bit more control over those deep tones, so that's why I've done it. I'm also using a pink glow because, well, I just want an excuse to use more colors within this set. So moving on to the blending capabilities of these pens. This is something that cannot be overstated. I am by far not the expert on watercolor, but even with my lack of skills and admittedly the rushed piece that we're doing today, we are able to achieve beautiful blends across these blues. But when you reach for the brush and water, you're given a unique approach, and these inks really do take super well to the brush. Anyway, jumping ahead to the skin tones. These are always a problem with cheap brands. Much like the alcohol markers by Ohuhu, the caps of these pens do not even slightly resemble the inks. So you are left guessing. It's a tireless, tedious task, and it causes you to get frustrated and use whatever comes first. So, yeah, done. I gotta say, all in all, it's actually not a bad piece of artwork, and my concerns regarding these skin tones, I've actually changed my mind. Although, yes, picking the colors is an absolute nightmare, I think the colors that we chose were actually really good colors, and it looks great overall. The blending across this entire piece is really smooth and quite nice considering we're using it as a sort of watercolor type piece of artwork. I do believe the results here can be elevated by using pens and pencils on top of these, but right now I just wanted to focus on using purely the pens alone. Other than that, I am very happy, and it is time to move on to Arteza. So, moving on. So, quick note here, I will be coloring this symmetrically, just as I drew it symmetrically for comparison purposes. So accuracy here in terms of the lighting and the shadows isn't a huge priority. It's just about making it symmetrical so that we can compare the results at the end. I just wanted to get that out of the way because I'm sure it might look a little bit odd by the end of it, and I'm pretty sure some people are going to comment on that, but that is the reason I am doing that. Now right away, yes, color picking is still an issue. This is my view. Good luck finding your colors. And this is the view from above. It's a bit better, but I do believe it's still, nah. It definitely, in my opinion, needs a redesign. maybe a sticker or something on the ends of the pens or on the tops of the pens, just something that really highlights what the pens are. But once you do find your colors, they're actually nice. The black is just so much deeper than the Ohuhu one, and it's actually black. It's not this greenish color that the Ohuhu one had. The nibs are different as well. These ones feel a lot more firm and sturdy, and I actually feel like I'm gonna have a lot more control moving on with these. But it is a very noticeable difference coming from the soft brush of the Ohuhu to these. Yeah, the blues are actually really nice, and the colors are so deep and rich. I'm still not getting much movement out of the ink when I'm using water, but that's okay. I feel I have a lot more control with them anyway. They're not bleeding as much, so it's not bad, and it's looking good. The colors contained within this ADCArtAttack pack are actually really nice, and they're super vibrant, and it's making it quite a joyous occasion. But that being said, my color picking skills are pretty lazy here, so you can't judge this entire piece based on my ability to pick the colors. Please judge it based on how the quality of these things are used. But getting onto those skin tones is where this color picking system really does hold me back. I've been at this piece for a few hours now, and when it came to this, I was like, So yes, the picking of the colors is not perfect here, and we do sort of get a little bit of an odd skin tone. However, I gotta say, just looking at the way they blend together, regardless of what colors I chose, you can really see an issue with the lighter colors. They're not blending as well as the deep colors. The deep colors are blending fantastically smooth, dare I say better than the Ohuhu side, but the lighter colors are not. That's America's ass. Face. Captain America. Well everyone, here you have it. Here is your Captain America drawn using the Ohuhu water-based markers and the ARTEZA water-based markers. Which side is your favorite? Let me know down below in a comment, and I know it is super difficult to see based on the two of them side by side right here, but there are some minor differences, so let's take a closer look at each one of them right now. Starting off with the Ohuhu markers, they were absolutely fantastic. They work super well when using them alongside a water and a paintbrush, with the only major issue being that in order to pick your colors, you're gonna have to have a separate sheet of paper because the nibs do not match the caps, which is, in my opinion, a huge problem. But switching over to the ARTEZA side, these were great. The blending was super smooth, and as a standalone item, they were superior to the Ohuhu markers. However, when using water and a brush, I couldn't really get much blending out of them, and to be honest, they weren't as good as the Ohuhu. After watching this video, I gotta ask you the question, which side do you think is worth it at their price? The Ohuhu side coming in at $40 for 100 markers, or the ARTEZA side coming in at $65 for 100 markers. And I'm sure you're waiting to see which one I think is worth it at their price, and Ohuhu. You know, not only do they come in at $25 less than the ARTEZA side, but once you include the water and a paintbrush, you are able to achieve a little bit more versatility in your piece of artwork, and I do love them. But don't let me discredit ARTEZA's pens. If you're looking for a pen that doesn't require extra help from water and a brush, then these pens are probably the ones for you. But this was a super close test, and I do hope you enjoyed today's video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. What did you think of the video today? Did you enjoy it? And of course, if you did like the video, then let me know in a comment down below. And of course, leaving a like rating on the video is always appreciated. But most importantly, I do hope you learned something today, and hopefully I gave you a good insight onto which marker to go for, or just based on my own personal preference, you know, kind of swayed you in one direction or the other. Ha! That being said, my name has been ADCArtAttack. It still is ADCArtAttack, but it has been for this video, and it will continue to be in the next video, which I'm sure you'll be in. His name is Bob. I'm sure you'll see him again. Maybe. But we are both looking forward to seeing you all again in the next video. Until next time, take care, have yourself a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing all of your creations shared with me on social media, just like everywhere, all over the place.